What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today we're going to be doing a character versus character kind of who would win type of video, versus type match, whatever you want to call it. This one is a great discussion topic video. I heard a lot of people that wanted me to talk about this one, and this is not groups, so not per se Alexandria, Hilltop Kingdom, Oceanside, Junkyard versus the Saviors, the Sanctuary. No. This is going to be just two characters. If it was just these two guys, who would win? Rick versus Negan. So I think this one we got to talk about before the finale comes, right? You know, because I think we probably will see something go down between these two guys tomorrow night. So of course the finale is tomorrow night. And also, if you missed my michonne video, the link is in the description. So let's get into it. For this one, I think this one is, it's not easy. I mean, if you were talking, okay, so, of course in the comic book, we've seen Rick and Negan fight before in the comics, because the comics is way ahead from the TV show, and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and the TV show isn't, right? So, in the comic books, we've seen, at least from what I can remember, about 2 to maybe 3 fights, with just Rick and Negan. I remember one when they went to go save Carl, which didn't actually happen in the TV show, but Rick punched Negan, he bit him on the arm, and it was intense. And if you know, again, this is comic spoilers, but that was a huge part from, I believe it was from the yellow one right up there, what comes after, right there. So now, of course, this is different because, of course, in the TV show, JDM is not as muscular as in the comics. If you wanna, here, I'll grab one of the trades so you can really see what I'm talking about here. Take a look at this picture of Negan. Goodness. Anyway, you see how bulky he is in the comic books? He's huge. I mean, that is a huge guy. He is, yeah, you can tell he's been lifting some weights, right? You know, he's been lifting weights. So, I would say in the comic books, and based off the 2 or 3 fights we've seen between Rick and Negan, I would say that Negan would take comic Rick down easily because of how big he is. And comic Rick, well, he only has one hand, and he's been getting weak over time, and we've seen that kind of in the TV series too. Even though he has 2 hands in the TV show, he didn't lose his hand in the TV show, luckily. But I think with this one, TV Negan versus TV Rick, this is one of the biggest disappointments about Season 7 for me, because they skipped the scene when Rick and Negan fought when Carl was at the Sanctuary, and Rick was the one that actually saved him in the comic books and actually got him back. Negan in the TV show brought him to Alexandria himself, so he was a bit more generous. But for this one, I don't actually think that that was actually a good way to handle it in the TV show. I really wanted to see in episode 7 a Rick versus Negan fight. That would have been one of the best scenes of season 7. It would have been. And I can't believe that they didn't do it. So then I'm like, okay, maybe they'll throw one in the mid-season finale. And they didn't. They still didn't. I thought Rick was really going to hit Negan when you saw him. He's like, oh, I thought we had an agreement. He still didn't. And I'm like, well, you know, something's got to go down eventually. And I honestly don't even know if we're going to see a hand-to-hand fight between Rick and Negan in the finale. We might have to wait till next season to see one. Now, of course, in All Out War, there is the trade right there. This one right here, actually, yeah, I think I might as well grab it. It's one of the biggest parts in the comic books. From the All Out War storyline, where we see Rick and Negan fight. So here's the part in All Out War. So basically, here it is. So we see, here, let me just get to it, the fight between Rick and Negan. So basically, Rick in the comic book series actually stabs Negan out of nowhere. He's having some civil conversation with him, and Rick stabs Negan in the neck right there. And people that have read the comic series already know. Negan goes down, Lucille drops, everything goes crazy, and Rick starts yelling at him, Negan's in pain, and then tackles Rick down, which that I can't wait to see Jeffrey D. Morgan do. And then they're in a fight, Negan kicks Rick in the face, and it just gets crazy. And then both of these guys are kicking each other, they're fighting, they're punching each other, they're both like gonna punch each other until they die, basically, at that point. And then Negan breaks Rick's leg, which he still is dealing with currently right now in the comic books. Currently right now, Rick. And then what happens is that Dwight picks up Lucille and basically tells everybody to stand down and that the war is over. These guys are done. So that's crazy. This is a crazy fight, and I can't wait to see that probably around second half season 8. So that is going to be awesome. Can't wait to see that. Really, really cool. So you guys can see that there actually is a bit of a crazy fight between Rick and Negan a few times here. And that's why in the TV show we haven't seen that. So if we're going for it, Negan's not as bulky in the TV show. I'd say he's just as much as Rick. But we know that Rick is not the best at fighting in the TV show, okay? And the way I can defend that is that with the governor, he did not win that fight at all. He got beat up. I mean, he almost died. I think a couple more punches, Rick would have been dead if Michonne didn't come and killed the governor. So thanks to Michonne. And then, of course, we of course also see him against Tyrese once. Still loses, you know, even though, well, I mean, he punches Tyrese quite a few times, so I guess you could say he kind of won. But he still got punched in the face and didn't do anything. So, again, big problem. And, you know, he's gotten beat up over time, right, Rick? So I would say, even though Negan is not as bulky in the TV show as he is in the comic, I would still have to go that I do think Jeffrey D. Morgan would take Andrew Lincoln down. Even though he's not as bulky, I would still think he would be able to. That's going to be my prediction for that. So, anyway, guys, I'm really looking forward to the season finale tomorrow night. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the, for the next video, of course. And I'll see you guys really soon, guys. I got a lot of stuff to do today, really busy. So, I'll see you guys really soon. Peace.